So a very warm welcome to this third special episode of Rebooting Life. Again from the main bus station in Victoria, the main city on Gozo, Gozo, the island of the Maltese island group. I will now take the bus number 310 to go to Marsalforn for completing the third segment of our Gozo hiking trail, which will lead us from Marsalforn back to the main harbor of Gozo. So, this is the third leg of the Gozo hiking trail, restarting where the second leg ended exactly, in the touristy city called Marsalforn. So the trail will now go up this hill on the other side of the Marsalforn Bay, climbing up the hill and then continue along the coast. It's very important that it hasn't rained much the days before, because the geology will change here dramatically. It's not the cliffs going directly into the sea as we saw especially in the first and second leg of the hiking trail. The cliffs are sitting actually on sand, on very loose and moving sand. And this sand can get very slimy when there has been a lot of rain before. So it rained 2 days ago, it was dry yesterday, so I think we are good. Well, let's go. This time of the year still not everything is opened. It will really start with Easter. So Marsalforn has many hotels. I would say starting from the 1970s, 80s, still a lot of construction. And luckily also finding the first marking, these red dots, which are quite reliably placed along the Gozo coastal hiking trail. So people often talk about personal growth during hiking experience. Here it's a lot easier. You grow with every step because you have all this clay on your shoes. Okay, let's recap. This was a bit wild. Mr. Slimy has unpacked his full program, very slippery. You also see what I mentioned, this clay soil and the cliff sitting on top. So as a Austrian Alps trained person, I'm always keeping an eye upstream and the ears wide open to hear if something is coming down. And here's a very, very wet reed area. So the hiking trail, more or less it has disappeared. So you need to struggle between the clay over this let's call it the bottleneck of Gozo. It's not the bottleneck of K2, but it's also a bit challenging. It's as far as you can get on Gozo. And it also proves you need good shoes. So don't go with just tennis shoes or sandals. Oh my God. Mr. Limey, the cliffs, meeting Mr. Slimy, the sandy soil underneath. And all that due to the rain 2 days ago. It was really challenging this time. But let's not look backwards, let's look forward. This is the first glance on Ramla Bay, the beautiful, famous sand beach with the Martian, Mars-style sand. So our trail will continue here and then go across the beach, and we will climb up this peninsula, and there is a very interesting location there, right underneath this white building on top, as you will see. Just a short comment to this rock over there, and the hotel, this building underneath. This was marketed as a cave of Calypso, and there was a Hotel Calypso, right, a 5-star hotel right underneath. So I think they need to rebrand it to Collapsy, because both the cave and the hotel are actually collapsing down this very unstable slope. So just cleaned my shoes, and I'm afraid with it my entire personal growth. So let's go up there. You see this fantastic cave on top. That's my next destination. But what I see when looking back is actually quite worrying me. Oh my God. So the ghosts of northwestern Gozo were finally catching me with some rain showers, and there's another one to come, so I will be caveman for some moments and make myself comfortable in this cave, hoping that the weather will improve. Okay, the fireplace hasn't been used for a while, and the economy guest room is also not looking so super tempting. So I'll hope the rain disappears and I'll be able to continue my tour rather soon.
Najazdów, do składowania żywności, do składowania amunicji. W tej jaskinie też mieszkali ludzie. Znaleźli kości i udowodnili właśnie w czasach prehistorycznych zamieszkiwali te jaskinie ludzie. Kiedyś nie było tego wejścia, oczywiście zrobione jest świeżo, znaczy tam lat temu. Wszystko wnosili od dołu.
So suddenly there was a whole bus with cavemen and cave women. Time for me to go. So this is the top exit of the cave. Not easy to see. And now the trail continues in easterly direction. All right, this is where the cavemen and cavewomen so suddenly came from. So judging from the fact that the wind comes from this direction and the sky looks blue again, I think I should be safe to continue. All the evil weather is moving eastwards. So the trail will now go inland because these cliffs have all collapsed. It's the same, there is this sand, this unstable sand foundation, and the cliffs have been falling on this sand mass. So there's no way, I tried it once, almost killed myself. There's no way to bypass these kind of chaos areas. So the trail moves inland, and after this rockfall, behind this whitish building in the background, it moves then back to the coast. So time for a rest. The weather luckily has been clearing up again. So that's the direction of the cave. I went this road down and here steep up, trying to beat Granny. And here's an interesting area. You see all these ancient agricultural terraces. Some of them are still active. Typically old folks, pensioners, using it for supplying family and friends. But most of it, that's, if you look at all this area, most of it actually is crumbling and disappearing. It's a pity, but it doesn't seem that this can be stopped. Even though there are some very good examples and exceptions, as we will soon see. So what a pity. I just talked to the farmer running this exceptional little farm down there. In this area, this is really kind of heartbreaking because as I just heard from the guy here, all this farming will now be gone with the now old generation. There is hardly anyone from younger people willing or able to continue with this kind of farming. But to keep this positive, in front of us is probably one of the most beautiful bays on the island of Gozo, Orod. And just around the corner is, let me call it, Peter's farm, a farming friend of mine who is actually trying to keep the farm up and running. Oh, I forgot to mention, the trail now goes down to Orod. Then you probably see it in the green grass, and then we will go up to the cliffs and actually to the village of Ala, because now we are entering the northeastern part of Gozo, and just like the northwestern part, this is a critical section. There is a big quarry, so it's forbidden to go there. So we will take the beautiful kind of derouting through the village of Ala. So we are now entering Peter's farm. On the left side there are carefully maintained olive trees. He told me that in the British, when the British were here, about 60,000 olive trees were cut just to promote the insane growing of cotton here on Gozo. So it's good to see that this tradition of olive growing is at least preserved on some places. As I'm not sure that Peter will have time to give us a little tour through his farm, I do it here quickly. So there are vineyards, there are all kinds of vegetables, lemons and oranges next to the olives. So it's a very traditional small family farm. So from here on, there's a need to climb upwards towards the village of Ala, since the northeastern part of Gozo is actually one big quarry. So there's no way to go there. Just like the northwestern part, it's a critical area. So let's go up here. So my favorite final version of the Gozo coastal trail, for avoiding the northeastern part of the island with the quarry, is leading me through the village of Ala. That's first of all a very nice village. It's been the village where I had my apartment for 2 years. and it's also a place where there is an excellent restaurant if it fits in the schedule and if you are hungry. The place is called Ta Vestru, and it's been my favorite restaurant for the time I was living here. So finally arrived on the coastline at Ala, and from here you can either go down and then towards the harbor, or you can follow this I would say very nice road on top of the cliffs, because you have a very good view to the Maltese main island and to Comino Island. So these were challenging 3 days, basically also due to the weather. It's really nice and green in February, but the weather is of course accordingly unpredictable. But it's very nice temperatures for hiking. So now the third leg of the coastal trail ends at the main harbor again, at Magyar main harbor, and from there it's the bus number 301 back to Victoria, the capital of Gozo. So if you liked these hiking trail special episodes, please give also this one a like, leave a comment, consider subscribing, and please don't forget to hit the notification bell, because another interesting surprise and surprises are coming soon. So many thanks for watching, and see you in the next episode.